Folks, good evening and welcome to another engaging 60 minutes at the television. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now, today on the show, PDP rakes in 175 million naira as Shaibu and others pick nomination forms for 2024 Edo governorship election. And later on, we'll share this with you. Supreme Court affirms election of Abba Yusuf as governor of Kano State. Yeah, rendezvousing, as they say, with Asokwa James. Asokwa, I greet you. Happy survivor.
Same to you.
Yeah. And Adekunle Yusuf has joined us too. Happy survival too.
I'm happy that I am surviving.
Good. The team is ready. I hope you are. Okay, we set out now. You know, for a country notorious for crude oil theft, it's a mixed fortune if I tell you that 60 illegal refineries were uncovered and 30 suspected oil thieves nabbed in the Niger Delta in 1 week. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edwards Buba, made the disclosure at Abuja while giving an update on military operations in the region. Can we ever stop this nonsense, Asokwa James? Is it possible?
Well, it will be very difficult. I'm saying difficult because for somebody to say, I want to embark on this kind of a business, this illegal business, you know it's not a tea party. It's not for petty thieves. It's for big people who are entrenched in it. Who have money.
You must still big for it to be news.
People who have big money.
Yeah.
Because if you look at so far the vessels that have been arrested on the IC, and including all these people, you can look at the number of things that were arrested with them. They are not for petty thieves, people who go to the market and say they want to steal 5,000 naira. No. These are people who understand the business, who know that once they get 1 million barrels of crude oil into a big vessel, they already know that there's a buyer.
Poverty.
Yes, they already know that there's a buyer. So for us to begin to look at all these things, it means that there are some big people up there who are, in quotes, might be very, very untouchable. Nobody can touch them, So they have their boys. Their boys will do this illegal bunkering or illegal oil theft. And at the end of the day, they will still give them their returns.
Kunle, to think that a ship is as big as my village and somebody will undertake to steal crude and fill it, we're in trouble, or am I just sounding an alarm, a false alarm?
No, we are in trouble, but it's not new. And we have been like this for ages. You get what I'm saying? The fact that our military is waking up to do the needful now, you are now talking as if it's a problem that is new. No, it's been a terrible thing, and we have been like that for a long time. And when you throughout the last administration, 8 years, you will see that so much at some point, or even almost throughout, we were able to meet our even quota. It is part of this crisis. It's so bad. You get what I mean? And it's not only because some people think illegal, the criminals. It's beyond that. The big men are involved. Nigerian big men. Many of them do it. And when they make money from these illegal operations, they use the money to go into politics and start, modeling, things up. So you are talking as if it's small criminals. No. And don't think it is people from Niger Delta. No, from all parts of Nigeria. So they go there. They have people there. We have people who have done series of investigations, and we know for sure that it's not a new problem. Our big men and women are involved, and it's a part of the elite, hypocrisy that we talk about, and the corruption Because when people hear corruption...
Or the class struggle that Karl Marx and Engels talked about.
I think so. When you want to, intellectualize the discussion, you go to that level. Yeah. But be very sure, this is a problem that has been with us for a long time. And it feeds into the frustration at the local level. Many of the guys are jobless. Many of our guys, are unable to, find anything to do.
Yeah.
So, and as they often say...
Joblessness would push you into a dangerous path.
No, you have people who have the wherewithal to set up. To some people, it's business.
Okay.
To some of our big men, it's business. Pure business. There are some people in power who also do it.
Okay. Asokwa, to have a country where you have men and women who are bigger than the country, we're in deeper trouble.
Well,
if you understand,
they might not be bigger than the country, but they want to equate themselves to be a little bit. They want to equate themselves to the government. Let me use that word, because I'm not sure there's anybody that is bigger than the government, except the government does not want to do his own job of protecting.
Can you say that
resources,
again?
Except they don't want to do their job.
Okay.
You understand?
Well, otherwise, you are saying it is possible to nail all these.
Exactly. It's possible. All we need to do is to identify them and then prosecute them. Well,
so this is beyond naming and shaming.
That is it. It's not just about saying, oh, he's a party member. Oh, he's a big man. Oh, no. If we really want to deal with it the way it should be done, the government can deal with them. All you need to do, identify them and tell them, stop. Why are we doing...
Stop or punish them?
No. When we tell them to stop, we punish them. You just don't tell somebody to stop because he has been doing it and is making money and is finding himself in the position of power to oppress other people. And when we are talking about, oh, there's no... these are the same set of people that will also tell you, the road is bad, we are going to fix. There is no hospital. They know that they are also part of causing the problem. Yeah. They will also tell you that the road is bad. There's no hospital. There's no school.
All right.
So the government has to prosecute these guys, name them, see them, because they will know them, because the government usually have intelligence reports. They will know these people and make sure that they deal with them. Because we are losing. So the last year, the Ekiti came up with a report saying that we are losing about 4.3 trillion naira.
Daily.
Yes. So if we now equate it, because if we talk about dollars, then if you equate it now, we are talking about based on maybe 856 or 850 dollar, as it stands today. Yeah. We are talking about 11 trillion.
Okay.
Per day.
Kunle, let's look at illegal refineries. We are grappling with the premium motor spirit, PMS, and the illegal setup is producing them. Can't we take advantage? Am I making sense to you?
Can't we take advantage of their skills?
Their skills, and ignore the illegal angle to it. Because if they are refining,
of course, they do. They refine, but in this age of climate change, their own refining process endangers them.
Okay.
We that are not part of these illegal, activities, it also endangers us, all of us. You understand me? So it's a difficult thing for any society.
The footage is showing you.
Yes, we've seen people. People have done a lot of investigation into some of these things. If I think at some point, the former governor of Rivers State, Wike, took it upon himself.
Yes, exactly.
Was even going into the creeks,
they declared some of
taking
them
the battle to these criminals. Yes. Because when they do it, the whole atmosphere, will be black.
That was when we are having the issue of suits.
The pollution and some of these pollutions, they end up giving people a lot of, health challenges, they damage everything. So refining is not what you can just leave in the hands of charlatans. So if you not say, okay, if you want to exploit their skills, are you saying Nigeria doesn't have enough, trained, chemical or petrol engineers that can work in our refineries? So the best from people in government, some of them are involved, security agencies, some of them are involved, people retired, some of them who have been retired. So it's not just the criminals. They have on top of them, and they facilitate all these things because the first thing is to steal
it's
the crude.
Organized.
The first thing so now in a country, go to the southeast, go to some other part of the country. It's not easy to get petrol. And how much? Transport in some parts of the country is a really
Are you telling me?
Because this is very scarce, and they refine and sell at cheaper prices, and people patronize them.
We have a viewer waiting to contribute. Kola Lokoja, I greet you. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Musa, I don't know also Kogi State.
Oh, Kogi State. All right. Welcome.
I really want to appreciate the program. It's a good topic that you guys are discussing. I believe that if the government can take responsibility to go before those big men that we know that are into this business, because that is this we have this issue. A layman cannot go before big man. The big man should go before the big. We encourage the new president, the new administration to take that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very kindly. Quickly, 30 suspects nabbed. Do you expect anything to happen?
What we do, I think, for us to make sure that people don't go into this business, is for us to see them being prosecuted publicly, not just secretly and say, oh, they've been nabbed. Okay. We want to see it. Okay, these are the 30 people. Okay, tell them, put them in jail, then let them be going to court and let people see it.
But that's in a country where some of the big oil thieves in that same region, many of them becoming traditional rulers, many of them going to political office. Is that the country where you eradicate?
No vex. Please.
Now, many of them are getting big contracts everywhere.
Yeah.
Is that a country that is not ready for this kind of trust?
All right. Let's go to the next story, please. Let's go to the next story. It sounds like only yesterday, but alas, it's nearly 32 years ago. Widows of soldiers killed in the 1992 plane crash demand compensation. Nigerians would remember the unfortunate yet avoidable crash of Hercules C-130 military jet type that ditched in the Ejigbo area of Lagos State. About 163 people on that military craft, including middle-ranking Army, Navy, and Air Force personnel, attending a staff college course, lost their lives, unfortunately. Folake Lasisi, wife of Navy Commodore Lasisi, who spoke on behalf of others, said tearfully that 32 years after the incident, they were yet to be paid their entitlements. Am I raising passion or emotion?
No, you are not raising passion. That's who we are as a country. Nigerians are ungrateful to, let me say unfair as a country to some of the people who have given their all. When you look at the way we treat some segments of our population.
You remember the crash?
Of course. We were here in Ejigbo there, 1992. And there were these rumors that this and that, some of the most brilliant officers of Nigeria perished at once.
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
And at the time, Babangida wanted to perpetuate himself in power. He felt, all those kind of rumors at the time that those that could challenge his reign and all that. So people were just saying all kind of things, things that cannot be substantiated. But it happened. But when it happened, what about the families they left behind?
Yeah.
No, That's a long time now. What about the families they left behind? You didn't take care of them. You didn't give them the entitlement. I found it very, very shameful
but
that I'm a part of a country that is so...
Kule, is that really us?
Okay. Don't you see the way our pensioners, you know, lament and perish every day?
In state after state.
So is that not us?
That's us.
Oh, it's all over Nigeria.
So why are you quarreling?
No, because you want to say it's not us. I said Nigeria is an ungrateful nation.
Okay.
To its own best. You know, many of the people that really put down their life, put in everything, Nigeria, you know, has refused to even reward them. The other time they were giving, you say, promises made to those who won maybe a Nations Cup so time, that they are so like 20, 30 years. Say, what manner of country?
Asoko, he says that is us. You agree with him?
Well, it is. I don't know whether I would say it is us.
Is that you? Okay.
It is just the way that we Nigerian leaders have been crafted. Most, I won't say all, but most. Because sometimes when we promise things, I don't know why they usually make these promises, and after their tenure, the next government will come and then they
no, except that this particular one was not a promise.
It wasn't a promise.
But
these are men, yes,
fell in the line of duty.
Of course, yes. Were they not going? They were going for something. And these are officers. They have benefits, they have entitlements. So are you trying to tell me for 31 or 32 years after, their entitlement that were supposed to have been passed to their next of kin, let me use that word, we are not done. And we've been having series of government. And most of the government that have been, we've had, we have soldiers who were once soldiers. You understand? They were once soldiers who fought in battle just like them, or who are soldiers just like them, and eventually they did not even remember to pay the entitlement of this entitlement to the widows. It's really, really sad. And every year, this same set of people or same set of presidents we've been having since then till now, from 1990, I don't want to even talk about Babangida and Abacha and co. Let's even assume that, okay, after those ones, we now have civilian governments. So are you saying from 1999 till date, okay, this one is even a new government, those who were once soldiers, and we are soldiers like them, did not remember that they are supposed to have been paid entitlement.
See, but you know, the event predates former President Obasanjo, former President Goodluck Jonathan, former President
Buhari.
Yes.
Buhari, who was
citizen. Sorry, please. I want to ask this question. I know that you are the anchor. What do we use January 15 emblem money for? Okay. Is it not to remember people like this?
Okay.
Or is it just only, what is it called? Is it just only Biafra war or whatever?
Let me tell you.
Don't go to court.
That's what I'm saying. It is because of fallen heroes.
No, let me say this. We need to talk about the military itself, because I'm getting to hear this for the first time. If somebody had raised it, I would say maybe...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was a ruse.
It wasn't brought into the public space.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to excuse anybody. All these other presidents you are mentioning may not get to know, because I'm hearing this. I just get to know this in the news. So don't we have a process? The military itself, you are talking about the president. The military itself, doesn't it have its own budget, its own processes? You do this, you are out, you are sacked, you are retired, you are this.
Or even
the way they do.
Or even the CDS.
So whatever you want to say, something is wrong with our system.
Yeah.
Because many of these people whose entitlements have been denied, many of them have died from what the woman said. Many of their children have died. You know the frustration of losing the breadwinner.
Yeah.
You know the frustration, what it can bring to the family. And as a nation, we're not that bad. Or is it we don't have money to pay them? How many of them?
163.
It's so sad. And you cannot compensate their family. not giving anything out of magnanimity or generosity.
Yeah.
No, their entitlement, calculate it.
Yes,
And
it's just their entitlement.
Asokwa, would that be sounding off key if I introduce a religious element here? We are a country brimming with religious fervor. Kunle, Asokwa is a pastor. So many of our leaders are religious men and women. And we are in this national shame.
So the leaders of the military, the various ones that have come, and the ones that are there.
We're saying the same thing.
In Nigeria, what I see mostly is we love the outward, benefits of religion,
Okay.
religiosity. But when you look at us deeply, that's where it ends.
Yeah,
So when it's the real one, which is spirituality, you are not there.
yeah.
So there's godliness. Do you have it? If you have it, most of the billions, you hear this one mismanaged, steal, and all that. Nigeria shouldn't be in this position if truly we serve God in Nigeria. Because most people, from president to ministers, because the president cannot be everywhere, from minister to people in the Senate, in the House of Reps, the governors, you rarely talk about them, even though they are the ones that should actually develop Nigeria. But you don't, you actually, then it's commissioners, you calm down. The corruption lives, the home of corruption in Nigeria, the local government.
Yes.
So we come down to every facet of Nigerian life, and you ask that, where is the place of God in our lives? We have churches all over, everywhere. You have mosques everywhere. But the way we do stuff, we shouldn't be in this state of hopelessness. Nigeria should be a place that other countries should be looking for, begging to come and live here. But what do we have?
All right. We have a Tony I work with too, joining us from Lagos here. Tony, good evening to you. Welcome.
Good evening, my brother.
I greet you.
Yeah, the subject of discussion, I just look at it and I laugh. Yes, I wish you that this morning, I wish you that, yes, good evening, Citizen Jones.
I greet you.
Yeah.
That is what I love your message.
Go. You never ask your question, though.
I know where it's going.
Was there any money in the first place?
Well,
Or are you asking, should there not have been any money in the first place?
well, this is another question that we should also be asking the military authorities.
I know the military needs to come out on
because
this and make a categorical
There are
statement.
monies released for these families when this thing happened, after their burial. And if it was, were they also sent to these families? Or, I know since the military sometimes they say, come and do verification, come and do this. Did they call the widows to come and do verification?
Yeah.
So we need the military to come clean on this. Because whether it is 31 years, 50 years ago, for these widows to come out to cry,
Yeah.
it means that they have gotten off
Asokwa,
this.
we have blown it open, so we leave the rest to the authorities. Lawal, Yusuf, before we go, you get the impression we don't have a sense of shame in this country. And I don't want to believe it.
We don't have it.
We don't have a sense of shame.
Look at what happens at the national, state, and local levels. And beyond shame, there's one thing, love of fellow human being is dead in our country. Because if there is, why will you pile up billions that some other people who are in pain, hungry, poor,
You can't make life
and you are in
bearable for them.
abundance?
Yeah.
There is nobody, as bad as our country is, that can finish 1 billion naira in his lifetime, living just normal life.
Make I
The
give you
moment,
one- make I give you one.
the moment you don't have cancer, you don't have such terminal aim, build a small house, buy a car, your children send it to school, live normal life. Even without 1 billion naira, without working, it will bring in.
All right.
Whereas somebody will pack
we must
200
go.
billion.
Our job here mainly is to provoke a debate, reach a consensus, the opinion, allow decision makers to do something with their opinion. But I'm sorry to say this. We have a great shame in this country. We can't share it with anybody. All right, we will go on a commercial break now. We will be back. This is still Journalist Hangout. Welcome. Please stick around.
In today's world, our lifestyle, both at work and at play, depends on connectivity. Our connectivity depends on the devices that make it possible, and these devices depend on electric power. When power fails, our life shrinks, our work drops, and our joy dips. JRB Solar Energy Systems are here to ensure that we enjoy uninterruptible power, uninterruptible joy. Whether you're running a business, an institution, or just a home you return daily to rest, JRB has got you covered. No project is too big for our super digital inverters, long-lasting batteries, and efficient solar panels. Go. Dream on. Change your world. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights, and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. With JRB, the sun's gonna shine on everything you do.
Okay, folks, let's go to our next story, to Edo now. Now to the bystander, the Edo State political imbroglio comes to a head when the people of the state file out to vote a successor to Governor Godwin Obaseki on September 20, 2024. Now to this end, the PDP in the state has raked in 175 million naira from the sale of nomination forms to 5 aspirants for the coming governorship election. True. So politics must be a zero-sum game.
Yes. So it means it's not for the faint. Politics in Nigeria is not for the faint-hearted. You know, you can't.
If you don't get money, no.
You know, don't even bother. But you know, and you know, some people when they want to go into politics, especially when it comes to this season, they go to the bank to go and collect loan, put some of their houses.
Put it properly. It's no longer a service. It's now a vocation. It's a business.
No, of course now, because
it's an investment.
Before the bank will give you loan, they would know that okay, this one has prospect. If he doesn't get the governorship ticket, at least deputy governor, or he will get contracts, you know, afterwards. You know, so politics now is a big business in Nigeria. So 35 million. You know, when I was looking at it, I just said, 35 million.
To buy form.
Just to buy form. This one is to buy form. But don't forget, they will also spend, as they are going from one ward to the other, they are also doling out money.
For commercials and so on, and adverts.
Adverts, they are buying cars, giving food to people, supporters, and all that. So it is not, when I say it's not for the faint-hearted, I know what I'm saying. You know, a politician once told me that even you spend more money to get the ticket than even the main election itself. Because traditional rulers, when you go there, you also give them something. It's not just to come and say, rank and they give me blessings.
Is it something, or you give them money?
You give them money now.
Those ones are easy. Traditional rulers are in the party. The money you will spend in the party, before you even open your mouth to come out, those you will first, you know, take care of. And if you suffer the misfortune of coming out, that same day, they will start calling you His Excellency.
Yeah, from day one.
The moment you are no longer His Excellency, Your Excellency. And what that means is that your house, your office, the party sector, everywhere that you frequent, they bombard themselves all over the place. What they will hit, my child is in the hospital, I've not paid my school fees, my children's school fees, my father just died, so you start, you know, taking care of a burden that is even bigger than you are. And when the election comes, so if you take like 35 million naira to collect form, you will need around 5 billion naira to even do the job.
Wow, wow. Asokwa, are you able to visualize a jobless politician?
What do you mean by it?
What is jobless?
Politician will not get job.
And but it's, the politics is a job now.
It's his job.
Okay.
Yes.
Gets paid monthly.
Is it monthly?
Of course.
Regularly. Use the word regularly.
Nigeria is a job.
So why you not leave this job?
Because he's not a politician.
Because I'm not.
Okay.
I might have read political science in school, but I've not made it a profession.
Okay.
Or I've not made it a career.
By choice.
No. Because it's not easy for you to just say you just want to jump into politics. There's a lot that we have just told you what you will spend just to get a ticket, not to talk of this thing. So are you saying that I will now, if I have one small land somewhere or my house, I will now put it on collateral and say, please borrow
what
money.
You will spend before the primary and during the primary, you wouldn't believe it. And that's just one stage. The big stage is the election. And now, the PDP will do its primary by February. And the election will be...
You mean in Edo State?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the election will come up, is it September or...
September 24th. Yeah.
So imagine that's like a cost, because it means you have to suffer. If you are the winner of that ticket,
from
you have to suffer.
From February?
So, if you have like 2-3 months, it's better. Now, look at the long
from February to September.
You have to suffer between that February, if you emerge winner.
Okay, you are using the word suffer loosely, as in...
No, it's not. It's not loosely.
An absolute term.
What you will be spending.
Of the ticket will
yes.
Not just PDP, it will happen to
APC and every other party.
And then there are other these miserable parties too.
So Edo people must be ready. They must brace up.
But the big parties, what you will pass through, APC, the winner, as from, I don't know when they will do their own primary. But
all of this February too.
So if all of them, so you will suffer for at least 7 months. Because you will need to be campaigning, and one day campaign. Have you ever followed them? You have to go with like 50 to 100 truckloads of cash. You've not witnessed them. So raw cash, and that's one day. And you imagine. So I'm not going even.
No wonder you are
envy.
You are calling it a suffering.
It's big suffering.
Wow.
It's big suffering.
It's not easy.
I don't envy them.
Just for you to even get the ticket alone. I don't envy. Yes, they might have given the PDP 35 million. Thank God, at least the account is growing for PDP. I'm
sure the APC own will be far more than
APC is 50 million.
It will be, and APC is usually high.
Higher. So, and they already have 23 aspirants so far in APC. So by the time you start calculating,
and PDP are like 5 or 6. So.
Yeah, for now 5.
This
5.
This 175 million naira in the bag.
This no money
is coming from 5 aspirants.
This no money.
Just 5.
This no money.
This is not money. It's not
even
money.
to the party, it's no money. It's 70 million. That's no money. You are talking. Except you are talking in billions.
Billions.
Yeah.
In fact, the party will be angry that they got this kind of amount. Because so many people are supposed to say, I want to become governor in Edo State. So that there will be more money. You understand?
But probably because the party is like trying to, micro, zone to
a particular session.
Yes, senatorial district. So perhaps that may have, left out something.
So
in all of these calculations, where do you keep the elector, the voter?
Well, the voter will eventually make the choice when everybody now knows, okay, this is the candidates for each political party, and the choice comes when APC, PDP, and the rest of the political parties come out with their candidate. For now, they can't make that choice. They will only just be, okay, so person wants to contest. Oh, one aspirant. We have 1,000,001 aspirants when it comes to primaries. And that is where the political parties will also have to start deciding on the mode at which they will also bring their candidate. Because sometimes where the electors, the voters are also supposed to participate, which is the direct primaries, they will tell them, no, we want to do indirect.
All right, Asukwa, we have Theophilus reaching us from Port Harcourt. That's River State. I greet you, Theo. Are you there? Welcome.
I'm here.
Yeah, welcome. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Me, I'm okay. What about you?
I'm very good.
Yeah. So, Edo, let's go.
Edo, yes. I'm interested in this conversation about PDP made 135 million as Shaibu and others pick up their nomination form.
Go on.
And what I think that since the party just want to make money, what they would have done, they know who is going to get the ticket. Why would they just be useful to spend so much money to just to pick up a ticket? On the other hand, the party itself will making money.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
They just want to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did I see that coming?
No.
Yeah,
Beyond making money, you see, in politics, the party always believes that the more the merrier, that if you have as many aspirants as possible, that's free publicity for the party. Wherever area you come from, you need to, ginger people up to let them know that you are in the race. He will do his own, I will do my own. And by that, the publicity is spreading across the state. So when you are having awareness, publicity, that's what large number of aspirants, what it does to the party.
Yeah.
You understand me?
That's
so
spread.
It's not solely, because when you're talking about 170 million to a PDP, come on, that's no money. Even if you put it 50 million, to all these politicians, that's just like 5 naira. So they don't believe it's money. It's we are this other side that we always shout about.
Look, Asukwa and Kule, where did we go mad in this country? Please, don't think I'm sounding too old school.
Okay.
Second Republic, 40 years ago, we were not like this.
We are not like this. But remember, today, the governor is the leader of the party in a state.
As opposed to the original.
To the old order.
Yeah.
At that time, the party was supreme. Nobody owned the party. Today, the big men own the party. You have money and you can invade it, any political party before you and take care of it.
Plutocracy.
Yes, before you know it, because money, people will just.
Where did they get the money from?
Well, that's another thing that I may not be able to answer. So before, people in the party
are the ones that
are the owners of the party because they do contribution every meeting.
Because
every meeting,
let's quickly
you go with your card and they mark it for you.
Yeah.
So we know who is up to date. We know who is not up to date.
In the Second Republic, the NPN held sway, and
then our politics was not this monetized.
Asukwa, in the Second Republic, please, make una not think I'm old school. Please. The NPN, for instance, had Adisa Akinloye. He was the face of the party. And even President Shehu Shagari deferred to him.
But because the party was
now because it's supreme then.
Okay.
Yes, the party will come up with its own policies.
Today,
exactly. The party will come up with its own policies.
Yeah.
Look at all the parties that are there now. What's their policy? What's their ideology? You come, your vision, then another man takes over, and you realize that even within the same party, a party will hand over to
another party.
Not even another party, the same party. They will not follow what the other man has left behind.
Yes.
It happens.
Yes.
Yeah, no continuity.
Yes. And even more annoying is that somebody will be in another party because he didn't get ticket, he will come to this party. Because he has money. But it didn't happen in your time.
And don't forget again, somebody will win. Somebody will win on the part of this ticket, and because of one thing or the other, not really, you will jump into another party.
I hope.
And he will win the ticket too.
No, after winning the
election, he will now decamp to another. It will. So
I hope the viewer understands that any politician who indulges in party contest is an opportunist, nothing more, nothing less.
I don't share that.
No.
I don't share that.
Can't say he's an opportunist.
Okay,
That's quite wrong.
But don't go to court.
I don't know. That's quite
okay.
wrong.
All right, okay, we are done. Let's go to the next topic.
No, because you need to clear that place. Because you can't say hoo-ha that they're opportunists. It's not all politicians that are opportunists.
Okay.
We'll have to put that in perspective. Because there are some...
Make I withdraw that one.
Yeah, well,
I don't withdraw them.
Okay, time.
All right, our next story is still politics. Now, the credibility of the electoral process is determined to a large degree by the capacity of the state to effectively resolve electoral disputes. The Supreme Court, we're told, has reversed the sack of Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf. Justice John Okoro, who read the lead judgment, said the appeal court was wrong in affirming the decision of the tribunal, which held that Governor Yusuf did not win the majority of the lawful votes cast in the state governorship election of March 18, 2023. Sometimes you make the right decision, and sometimes you make the decision right. But first, let's share a story with you. Watch this. Let's go.
This was a situation on the street of Kano immediately after the Supreme Court judgment in Abuja. Earlier, Justice John Okoro, who read the lead judgment, said the Court of Appeal was wrong in affirming the decision of the tribunal, which held that Mr. Yusuf did not win the majority of the lawful votes cast in the governorship election on the 18th of March 2023. In the judgment, Justice Okoro held that the tribunal was wrong in deducting 165,616 votes accrued to Mr. Yusuf in the election on the grounds that the ballot papers were not signed and stamped by officials of INEC. Also, the Supreme Court affirmed Babajide Sanwo-Olu's election as governor of Lagos State. The court dismissed the appeal of Gbadebo Road's rival of the Labour Party against the election of Governor Sanwo-Olu. The Apex Court also affirmed the judgment of the Court of Appeal Lagos, dismissing the appeal for lacking in merit. Shortly after the judgment, this is what the former governor of Lagos State had to say.
When you have concurrent findings at the trial and appellate court, it's a rarity for the Supreme Court to depart from those conclusions. So, congratulations to our governor, congratulations to our party and to our government. And so there will be no more distractions to governance now running at full pace.
Bala Muhammad of the People's Democratic Party has been affirmed as the governor of Bauchi State. The Apex Court affirmed the decision of the Court of Appeal and dismissed the appeal by Sadiq Abubakar of the All Progressives Congress for lacking in merit. The election of Francis Nwufuru of the All Progressives Congress as governor of Ebonyi State has been affirmed by the Supreme Court. The Apex Court affirmed the decision of the Court of Appeal Lagos, dismissing the appeal of Chukwuba Odi of the People's Democratic Party for lacking in merit.
And thank my legal team and the All Progressive Congress and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Especially, let me thank the courts.
On the appeal by the governor of Plateau State, the Supreme Court reversed the sack of Caleb Mutfwang, affirming him as governor. Just few minutes after the judgment, the street of Jos became lively again as residents jubilated freely, awaiting the return of the governor from Abuja. But this is what the governor said shortly after the judgment.
I want to thank their lordships who have today restored confidence in the judiciary. Their lordships have demonstrated courage and they have raised the hope of the ordinary man in Nigeria. that justice is still available in Nigeria.
The Supreme Court also affirmed the election of Dauda Lawal of the People's Democratic Party as Zamfara governor. The Apex Court set aside the decision of the Court of Appeal Abuja, which declared the governorship election in Zamfara State as inconclusive and ordered a rerun in 3 local government areas of the state.
Zamfara people are happy and we're grateful. We will now go back, settle down, and do the needful in terms of governance.
With the judgments delivered today, it is believed that the governors will now focus on development and delivering good leadership in their respective states.
All right. Kule, yesterday, Akwa Ibom had its day. So, but when you watch stories like this, you are, don't you think we are a long, long way from home? What I mean is allowing the courts to determine who wins an election, rather than allowing the ballot box be the chief judge.
Well, you're right, because, remember the other discussion we had? We've taken politics to another level, no longer service. It's now investment. And our kind of politicians are a rare breed. I've never seen any country anywhere in the world where politicians behave as our own people behave in Nigeria. Every politician is a bad loser. They don't want to lose because the investment, what they put in is so much that. So if it's about service, why is every, loser going to the court? And to me, look at the case in Kano. You saw what happened. The court, you remove votes, they wasn't a member of the party. Things that...
Mundane?
Ordinarily mundane.
Yeah.
That the NNPP, or what's the party of that party called, convincingly won in that state. So every other thing is just hearsay. The INEC didn't stamp. And I'm happy the Supreme Court said, what you are saying is neither here nor there. Those votes were part of the votes. So why you remove? So we have got to a position now that I've been in like 3, conferences and workshops lately.
Yeah.
Where you see some of the most credible, lawyers, intellectuals coming out to question that, have we now losing everything? That if we get to a stage that the Supreme Court, we have to be the one to choose who governs, maybe at federal, local, or any level.
Is that what somebody meant by judicialization of our
electoral process? That it is sad that we got to this level. If the Kano State governor had been removed, it would have been the biggest embarrassment to the judiciary, because you will see what people will say. Already people are already complaining about our judicial system. So, but now you can see it's very sweet to win. If confidence has been restored, confidence has been restored.
So you are saying if it lost?
I don't know. Maybe you see from state to state, all of them, our people are happy, confidence has been restored.
Yeah.
But it's so sad I've got to this stage. Look at what the court, after election, even before the election, what the court, the judiciary does, overflooded with electoral cases. So most of the times, cases that should end at the low level, we must get to the Supreme Court. We are the only people that do this.
Yusuf, would you believe me if I told you that cases dating back to 2012 are still before the Supreme Court?
Because you want to kill the judges? They have too much on their table. Because of, I don't want to lose attitude of our politicians.
Yeah. So what, don't you think it is out of sync to realize that in the 21st century Nigeria, politicians are behaving badly? After Zebediah would say, I have seen 99. It will be 100. We have seen 99.
Well, it depends on what you mean by badly, because every politician, before they go into any contest, believes that they must win. Then no politician goes into a contest without, saying he's going to lose. Because all the things they will be getting, my supporters will tell them, okay, you will win. His Excellency, just like we said earlier, you just bought form and somebody is calling you His Excellency. So that one will enter your head. You go to church, you are sitting behind before, they will give you seat in front. You understand? So there is no how that you, as a politician, will not think that you will win the election. And that is why they will always carry cases that the people have already decided at the ballot, during the election. And they will say they want to go to the Supreme Court. And they will be praying. Their pastors, the imam will tell them that they will still win, even at the Supreme Court. So I think we have to come to a point whereby politicians must also realize that they are causing problems for us, or causing the judiciary a lot of problems. When once you lose during the election, then there's no point. I know that the courts are always open.
Yeah.
For anybody to go there and say, okay, I've lost and I need justice.
All right.
But we must not get to the point whereby the Supreme Court or the judiciary will always decide who becomes governor.
Yusuf, can you do this in 30 seconds? Don't you think this country needs healing? And to that effect, don't you think a Truth and Reconciliation Commission should be established to heal the country?
Because of what?
As they did in South Africa.
No.
Heal.
Okay.
Heal has what? Wait, this is just a...
Don't you think this country needs healing?
Healing. What you need is good governance. Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are hungry.
Hungry?
They are not sick. Yes. Nigerians are hungry. They are hungry. Good governance. You get me? So when there's... Nigerians don't depend on government to do their life. They work. Nigerians are not lazy people. So when everything is all right, Nigerians will make money, they live like... But when the economy is totally bad...
All right, I hear we must go. I hear we must go, so... But thank you. Let me report that Jide is unavoidably absent. He should be back in the coming week. That's it on the program today and for this week. You have the opportunity of watching a repeat broadcast of this episode at 11 later tonight. On Sunday, we'll expand it to 2 hours for you from 1:30. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. On behalf of Adekunle Yusuf,
thank you.
Asukwa James,
thank you.
I am Citizen Jones Hussein, saying bye-bye now.